I'd like to start off with a question. When was the last time we had a truly great Best Picture winner? Anyone? Anyone at all? If you ask me, I'd probably say something like Annie Hall, all the way back in 1977. We're in 1984 by this point in the marathon. Since Annie Hall, we got the likes of The Deer Hunter, Kramer vs. Kramer, Ordinary People, Chariots of Fire, Gandhi, and Terms of Endearment. None of these are bad films, don't get me wrong. I recommend you check all of them out. But if you've seen my previous videos, then you know that I didn't gush over any of them. None of them truly hit my sweet spot. Until today. I can tell you guys with complete confidence that Amadeus is an incredible movie that does very little wrong. But what is it about this film that makes it so great? Let's find out. Amadeus was directed by Milos Forman. You probably remember that name because he also directed One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, one of the greatest Best Picture winners of all time. And I don't want to jump the gun with this statement, but he added another one to his resume with this film. Amadeus was a smashing success, grossing over 4 times its budget at the box office and utterly demolishing the Academy Awards ceremony of that year, winning 8 of its 11 nominations. With one of its losses being against itself because both lead actors were nominated for Best Actor, and only one of them won. Obviously. Funny story about that year's Oscars. When Laurence Olivier came up to present the award for Best Picture, he just opened the envelope right away and declared the winner without mentioning the other nominees. Amadeus's producer Saul Zaentz had the courtesy to correct Olivier's mistake. I wonder if we'll get any other big blunders in future ceremonies. Nah, I'm sure everything will be fine. But back to Amadeus. The film has 2 major elements that make it unique. The first is that this movie is historical fiction. It isn't concerned with telling the real-life true story of Mozart. People who watch the film and complain about historical inaccuracies are completely missing the point. The creators of Amadeus never intended on making a historical film. Rather, the plan was always for it to be fictional. This allows the movie to pretty much do whatever it wants and just focus on telling an engaging and captivating story. The second element that makes this film unique is that the story of Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart is told from the perspective of Mozart's chief rival, Antonio Salieri. Again, there's no evidence that they were rivals in real life, but in the movie, they're rivals. I'm not gonna keep comparing this film to historical events. From now on, I'm strictly talking about the movie. The film is told through flashbacks as Salieri tells a priest the story of his rivalry with Mozart, and it's absolutely riveting. F. Murray Abraham delivers the performance of his life as Salieri. His descent into unrighteousness is perfectly portrayed. The film does an excellent job in making us understand where he comes from, in making us feel for him, and even root for him, but never condone his actions. This guy manages to pull off being dignified and sleazy at the same time. I just love it. His character was so fascinating that I was never bothered every time the film jumps back to Salieri narrating in the present. It's that good. F. Murray Abraham's performance is worth the price of admission alone. But it's far from the only reason to watch this movie. Another reason is Tom Hulce as Mozart, who also delivers a fantastic performance. Since the film is told from Salieri's perspective, we get a very pompous, childish, and infuriating Mozart. God, that laugh nearly drove me insane! Make it stop! And yet, despite all of that, Salieri still adores his art, and that reverence never goes away, despite how much he hates him. Salieri has the perfect musical ear, but he doesn't have the skills or the brains to manifest his musings into reality. So, when Mozart shows up and becomes everything Salieri wished he could be, he both detests and admires him. It's a really beautiful dynamic between the characters, and the 2 actors have great chemistry together. I enjoyed every single moment they were on screen. Aside from the 2 main leads, the supporting cast hold their own as well, especially Elizabeth Berridge as Mozart's wife Constance and Jeffrey Jones as Emperor Joseph II. The visuals are wonderful. Everything from the costumes, the set designs, and the cinematography all do their job in recreating 18th century Vienna. And of course, no review of Amadeus is complete without at least mentioning the music. Now, I don't listen to classical music, like, at all. But, come on, it's Mozart. Of course it's amazing. I don't know if I'd call Amadeus a masterpiece, but if it's not, it's pretty damn close. If there's anything that holds the film back, it's probably its length. Maybe the film could have been a bit shorter, but honestly, that's a nitpick. There's also this whole issue with the two versions and people debating which version is better and which isn't. I don't care, both versions are great. Everything in this movie, from the story to the characters to the visuals to the sound, is great. It's fitting that such a legendary composer such as Mozart will receive such a legendary film. Amadeus has proven itself to be one of the greatest Best Picture winners in history, managing to squeeze into the top 10 as it stands right now. Regardless of where it ends up by the end, this is certainly a great movie that everybody should check out if they haven't already. Up next is the 58th Best Picture winner, the Robert Redford and Meryl Streep-led epic romantic drama that snatched the award in an admittedly weak year, Out of Africa. I haven't seen it at the time of recording, so I'm looking forward to it. Who knows? It might surprise me. Check back again for the next video of DB Reviews Oscar Madness Marathon and subscribe to my channel so you won't miss a thing. Thank you all very much, and let the journey continue.